project selection and prioritization. At the end of this session, you will be able to apply the strategic planning techniques, including SWOT analysis, to select and prioritize the project that align with the business objectives, compare the financial models, that is NPV, IPR, SCR, and scoring the models to evaluate and prioritize the project proposals effectively. Implement the portfolio management strategies to balance project investment, resource constraints, and business impact. Now, in the figure, it is shown how this can be make the selection and how the priority has been decided as the overview of the project selection, the importance in achieving the strategic goals, ensuring the alignment with the company vision, balancing the resources and impact, improving the decision making for projects. So, overview that considered as the start to bottom approach for making the project selection and success of the project. Then the goals has been considered initially, the alignments and balancing and working and making the decision that has to be having the certain priority of to carry out the working of the project. The strategic planning process that helps for setting the long-term organization goals, that if the project has been considered for the long-term investment by the company and has been working with the considering all the stakeholders, the resources, it should help to achieve the goals that has been defined initially. It aligns the project with the business strategy. The SWOT analysis for internal and external evaluation defines the guiding the principles, the vision and mission, which is again important while defining the strategic planning and leads to effective portfolio management. The SWOT analysis, that is the strength, the weakness, the opportunity and threats that can be considered while doing the working of the project in successful manner. That is strengths, internal advantages, the weaknesses, what are the challenges associated while doing the working of the project, the opportunities, that is the external growth potential, whether any threats or effects that can be considered, that can be generated as a risk, and how we can minimize that challenges that can be considered, and it helps to prioritize the strategic initiatives. The vision and mission statement. So, in every project they are defining the vision, which is the future oriented inspirational goal, and the mission that defines the core purpose and business. The guide decision making and project selection and helps aligning the stakeholders on objectives. That is, we can have the good example, any corporate vision or NASA moon mission that can be considered as the example of vision and mission. Every project they are having the vision and mission, the goals and the objectives, sub-objective that has been assigned to carry out the working of the project. The strategic objectives that can be considered as to translate the vision and mission into the actionable goal, the specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, that is a SMART activity. The guide decision making at all levels, that has been all they are interlinked, directly influences the project selection, and the example, that is the internet society strategic objectives. So, all that has been very critical in working out the project activity. The portfolio management. The portfolio management aligns the projects with strategic objectives established in that particular direction, execute and monitor all the activity, and prioritize and decide and whether that decision is working in the ensuring the with optimal resource allocation, improves the project success rates, helps the manage project priorities, and creates a balanced mix of project. At the end, we can have the options as has to be selected to carry out all the portfolio management. So, the portfolio of projects and operational work process has been defined. There is knowledge in the building project. Example, the basic R&D, the customer research, M&A due diligence, then option development project. Examples, the cooperative, competitive strategy, product development, market entry, channel strategy, and then lastly the implementation of the project, that is option execution project and radical process improvements. There are number of process that has been required to carry out the execution, that is inbound logistics, that is operations, outbound logistics, sales and marketing, customer services, manufacturing, the procurement, and the human resources. And all this has been combined to carry out the knowledge continuum, that is in between defined as reliable and little. So, if we can compare the portfolio against the programs against the project, portfolio, it is a collection of all the projects, and the program is a group of related projects, and the project is individual effort with the scientific goals. So, in that project there are sub project, that is smaller component of a larger project that can be considered, and all these are ensures alignment with the business activity objectives. So, all these are internally related while defining the portfolios of large industries with programs, various tasks as well as projects and sub project. So, for this we can make the assessing and organization ability that evaluates the company's strengths and weaknesses, identifies the available resources and skills, determines the project feasibility, whether the project is feasible and can be work the project at the end with whatever we are planning at the initial, whether we are getting at the end of the project, that will be the assessment, ensures the realistic project selection and avoids the resource over commitment. So, over commitment means, so we do not give any over commitment to carry out the project, because again that will make the problem while getting the result in the project during processing. Identifying the potential project, the sources, that is according to the market demand, according to the regulation, according to technology, we can make the identification. Then we can have the internal against the external project identification. So, we are having stakeholder involvement in project ideas, uses the statement of the work, and business case development for justification. So, there are various methods for selecting the projects, which are cost, benefit, having the analysis, payback period, scoring the models, constraint optimization methods, opportunity cost, and the internal rate of return. That is, we are having the financial models, ROI, NPV, BCR, IPR. we are having the scoring models, multi-criteria evaluation, we are having the risk analysis and resource availability, the executive decision making and prioritization ensures the best value project selection. So all these are the methods for can be used for selecting the project as any domain. The financial models for project selection. So NPV, that is net present value, that is future cash flow analysis. Then we are having BCR, benefit cost ratio, that is profitability evaluation. Then IPR, internal rate of return, that is investment efficiency. Then we are having PP, payback period, time to recover the cost. Then we are having they quantify the financial viability of the project. So all these are the models of for project selection. Scoring the model for project selection. So assigns weight to the different selection criteria, includes the financial and strategic factors, prioritizes the projects based on the total score, allows the sensitivity analysis for decision making. That is, we can have the example product development versus cost reduction. So there are certain prioritizing the selected project, determines the project execution, consider the urgency and strategic impact, balances the workload and resource allocation, resolves the conflicts in the resource demands, helps in manage project execution effectively. Resource allocation for the project. It identifies the available personnel and the budget, assigns the resources based on the priority, uses the resource allocation matrix, ensures the projects are feasible with given constraint, prevents the project overload and delays. And lastly, the securing the external project, that is contractors bid on the external project, competitive selection by client companies, must align with the strategic goals of the client, uses proposals and negotiation while doing the project, and involves source selection criteria. Thank you.